Did you realize Dragon Ball is actually peak? Let's talk about that. What are you doing, man?
I just wasn't happy with my sitting position. As a wise man once said last night and this morning and multiple times.
These chairs are getting the boot in a little bit. I don't think I'm making it all day with these.
What are you going to switch to?
The chairs that are designed to sit in for hours upon hours.
Oh, man. Our set design. Damn it.
They're not going to get the boot permanently. I'm not taking them back downstairs. They're going to go over there where those chairs are, and those chairs are going to come over here.
Like a little reprieve?
Yes.
I can meet
just
you
like a little break.
I can meet you in the middle on a little reprieve.
Just like a little break, you know?
Because, honestly, while the chairs have been down, the Dragon Ball Z stocks have been up, dude. It has been... Oh, if you are a fan of glaze, we use that word very liberally here on the channel. I mean, ready,
do be
dude.
saying that a lot.
This shit is gonna look like the newest Krispy Kreme in town, bro. I'm coming in hot and heavy,
dude. Why you gotta mention donuts, man?
I'm just finna lay a thick load on this podcast. Well, I'm sorry. Was that better than mentioning donuts? I'm just saying, bro, because that's what's happening.
Bro,
I'll keep it real.
Speaking of which, you guys have got to see the bonus, especially this week. You talking about glazing? Holy cow.
What was the bonus this week? Why are you making
Bro was being a sound effect master over here on the bonus content.
When I enjoy content, I like to make the show's a little quiet in my ears. I gotta have some boo-boo. Honestly, it is a bad habit. We've discussed on this podcast, internet comments getting to us. So here's the thing. When we recorded Sparking Zero, we weren't allowed to just play it silently. I wouldn't have done that anyway.
Yeah.
But we weren't allowed to. But man, not necessarily my comments, but the internet in general comments, when they found my video, they were like, does this guy ever shut the fuck up? Why is he doing sound effects? And I was like, come on, it's just kind of fun, man. I don't know. I just like doing it, man. I don't know.
Yeah. What Doto was saying there, by the way, is that we were told explicitly that when you upload your content that you recorded, it better not be raw, right? That's what you're referring to,
and fair
right?
play, I agree. Like, Playdays doesn't want to let, like, just people come in and just like make the game the content, you know? It's like, that's not...
Well, that's also kind of YouTube's policy too. Like, obviously
a little, yeah,
the full playthrough channels exist, the no commentary channels exist, but really to YouTube, especially since I think there's some weird copyright laws that could be there, because if you're just uploading the gameplay experience without anything done to it in any way at all, it could be viewed as like...
Well, shout out. I mean, that's why... Honestly,
piracy.
Shout out to the power of the people, bro. People forget that Let's Plays are literally like illegal, but people just said, no, we don't care.
Yeah.
And then companies were just like,
I think most companies,
most companies have come around to it.
We're still kind of in a bad...
Well,
yeah. We chose a...
but that's why we got to keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, we chose like a not optimal, listen, they don't like us using the Dragon Ball IP really for anything. They probably don't even like us talking about it right now, honestly.
They would probably prefer we didn't. You know?
Yeah. But
we do it above the board.
But like other brands, get out of it, the anime sphere, because the anime sphere in general is just kind of like that.
Well,
it's why we don't show the anime interaction. I would never show any of the anime because I'm not trying to get on anyone's bad side. There's also the actual true repercussions of if they've ever, they could definitely get us for that. But also, I just don't want to be in there on their bad side.
Technically, legally, with the U.S., if we wanted to, we could just block Japan and just through copyright. Like, if we had like not just show the whole anime episode up. I think that's always a little spotty.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to say this scene was really cool because they did this, and it was different from this, we could show anime clips full screen on the thing. Be totally legally fine.
Yeah.
But we don't. Because I don't know about you, but we want to be goody two shoes, bro. Yeah. We want to show them, hey, this is what you guys ask. We'll tie our hands behind our back and we'll do what you ask. But hey, maybe
it makes a worser product. I would love to be able to show the clips. But maybe
we're hoping that they recognize that these guys are like, they don't even have to, but they're tying their hands behind their backs.
Yeah. And we are also very aware that there are people that do it, and I just want to be totally upfront. They are doing it at full risk of, like, when you see someone say, "Oh no, my channel got struck down," and we could still technically get it struck down right now, probably by talking about it. They could submit one if they wanted to. They could any game ever could technically do it, but what Doto was saying is basically like they hold the rights to do it. They could take our streams down. They could like you could be streaming Call of Duty right now, and Activision/Xbox goes, you know what? Fuck all them people streaming our game.
Oh yeah, that brings us
taking it down.
That brings us back to our main point. That's why I love what and some of it is like it honestly is. Obviously, people don't think this much about it, right? I'm not trying to put that much thought into it, but Let's Plays on the internet were so like they just came up before companies could like shut it down like executively, and people were like, no, we think it's fine, like fans and stuff.
Yeah.
And companies were like, no, and there's been a lot of like mini fights, but every time. Just like actually on like some soapbox shit, the will of the people is just like, that's corny, that's cringe. No, we don't care.
Yep.
And like every single time it's just been stuffed because nobody cares. And also companies have just given in and been like, okay, then we can, we'll just use it to our what we can then.
That's where I was trying to get and I got distracted. So most gaming companies have realized that while they probably don't necessarily love a full playthrough of like their new story game being up on the internet, they also do see the value of content creators playing their games and it getting in front of more people.
Yes.
Like I get so, and I always feel like good / also really bad about this because it's a lot of my content is gacha games, but people are like, I discovered Dokkan or I discovered Legends through your videos, Nano. And I'm like,
my bad.
I'm not so sure that's a great thing, but also welcome to the Nano family. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, you know, like a lot of companies have realized the value, and not to say probably there aren't plenty of people, you know, in the Dragon Ball sphere that work on the Dragon Ball IP that don't realize some of the value that we, bring to the table to some extent. There's also a lot of people that think that we're probably just like hurting the IP. Like we're talking bad about it. Like we gave they're like, there's someone over there that's like, those motherfuckers gave Dueling Piccolos a 1.
But that's true. And that's where the people like game companies, if people didn't just like, actually just fight for Let's Plays to exist overall, companies would easily be able to say, we don't like you, so you can't do it. We do like you because you say everything we do is awesome, so you can do it. But you can't, but you can, but you can't. But people overall were just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite content is when people say your game fucking sucks. And we want it that way. So fuck you. And so now it's just like, it's technically allowed. It's not like it's a law, but it's just allowed because they literally can't do anything because the blowback would be massive.
Yeah. No, you're very right on that.
But that's awesome. Where the hell did we start this podcast off? I feel like that wildly spun off very quickly because
I was trying to talk about the bonus content that they could get.
Oh yeah.
You guys can become key members by clicking the join button down below here on YouTube or going over to patreon.com/key moments. And you can see crazy things like Doto doing this.
Does he catch the Dragon Ball? No way. Oh, he's too cool. Oh no, he's cool. That guy did get fucking comboed though.
Doto with the most random character glazing, bro. It's so crazy.
What do you mean? That was sick. Yeah, I did that. Whatever it is they did, I was doing that.
Or me doing this. This is all fairly accurate.
He's checking the source material.
Doto, that sizzle reel was crazy.
I know.
All the things we did over there. The bonus content.
And I do. This does make me wonder. We've discussed this. We're just not sure what we're doing with it. Like how we're going to handle the sizzle reel for members or how that content looks, or even for audio people. That I guess we could just do an audio sizzle reel, but like. But I don't know. So we don't know what that looks like. Like unironically, we just said that. I'm not sure what it looks like.
We're gonna work on that. That's one of the things we're working on when we're in the Santa Monica
Like
studio.
I know what it looks like specifically for the people watching this on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
On the Key Moments channel, but anywhere else, I'm not sure what you guys just saw. So welcome back. But maybe there wasn't. Maybe there wasn't one. Maybe you're here right now. Welcome back, regardless.
Listen, in their defense, more importantly, in Namek's defense, the 12th episode of the Namek Saga and the 47th overall episode in the Uncut Dragon Ball Z series. This episode first aired in Japan on May 9th of 1990, and its original American air date was September 1st of 2005. I believe that may have aired the same day as Naruto, by the way.
Hey, old numbers Nano over here working on it again. Why do you know that's where Naruto aired?
Because I'm
cool,
quite literally working on a Naruto series and looking into Naruto information. First air date was September 10th of 2005.
Okay, so 2005, big year for Naruto.
Big year for Naruto.
Naruto is a very mid 2000s into 2010 series.
That's exactly why I never saw it.
It's so good though. Shout out Naruto. Shout
One
out
day,
Zams.
when I finish the Storm series, I will watch Naruto, and it'll be beautiful.
It's pretty good.
And because I will know the story, or mostly at that point, especially the fact that I've read the original Naruto manga, I can like also have it on where I'm kind of like doing other things.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
one of those things I could
You could dual wield a little bit in Naruto.
Yeah.
I just know to skip the ending of the Naruto is funny because literally like there's like so many episodes of OG Naruto because the story goes up to a certain point and then it's all filler for the rest of the series.
What?
Yeah. Because you got to the end of Naruto, so I'll just say it, but like Naruto and Sasuke fight, Sasuke leaves.
Yes.
There's like 300 more episodes of Naruto or something.
What?
But it's just like filler. It's because Shippuden was like still cooking.
Okay.
So they were just having fun basically.
Because in the manga, because I looked this up so I could make sure I stopped where I needed to stop. In the manga, it's apparently only like 7 chapters, and it's like a Kakashi origin story, maybe, or something like that, or maybe like a Kakashi side mission, and then boom, it's immediately into Shippuden.
Yeah, it's just like a little.
Which I know, I know there's not typically there's not really filler in manga, or if there is, it's like a very short thing. But that's crazy. So the anime was like, shit, man, we got to pump out 300 episodes of filler.
I don't. To be fair,
I doubt it's 300, man. That's like
it's a
years.
lot. It is a lot though.
When did Shippuden finally end? Mid 2015 or 2010 or something?
No, it had to be like.
Because you said Storm 4. You told me Storm 4 actually ends before the series ended.
I don't
right?
know if I was a senior or junior in high school when Naruto ended. But I was in high school watching the finale. Actually, no, not even watching the finale. I was in high school watching the finale to Storm 4, which was technically animated before the finale to Shippuden. So that's what I remember. Dude, the game's finale, Storm 4, if you ever get there, is so good.
I will get there.
Is so good that I actually was almost about to cry in class. Because the game did it really good. It's so good. It's like, because it weaves you into the story. Like, I love when games do this. It weaves the narrative elements into the gameplay in a way that I was like, that is fucking cool. That is cool.
So live on air.
Okay.
Do you know who Christina Hall is?
No idea.
Do you know who like Tarek and Christina?
No idea.
So Tarek and Christina, they used to have an HGTV show together.
HET, which is?
HGTV?
Which is?
You don't know what HGTV is?
No, what is that?
Home and Garden Network, I think.
Okay. So like home improvement, like stuff for, yeah. Like a home improvement type beat.
Yeah. So Tarek El Muso and Christina, used to be El Muso, had a renovation show together. It was called Flip or Flop. Basically,
okay, I think I've heard of the show.
Yeah, so they go in and they renovate homes,
yeah,
and then try to make money on them. And they take you through the process of like, we bought it for this much. This is what all we put into it, and this is what we sold it for, right?
Okay.
And they've built like their dynasty of flipping houses in California and stuff, and made lots of money off of it. Anyway, so they divorced in the mid like 2010s or something like that.
That's so sad.
Tarek then marries a girl named Heather. Who is also in real estate. And she was on. Do you know the finance guy Grant? Do you know what I'm talking about on YouTube? You know what I'm talking about?
Like he's like
he tells you like the best credit cards to get. And
yeah. He's like the guy.
He's like the finance guy.
Yeah,
like he's the one that actually has like he's the one that finally brought like personality to finance. I don't know. I don't watch enough finance. So I'm not like sorry if you're a finance channel catching strays, and I don't mean it to be that way, but I feel like he's one of the first people that really brought like personality to a finance channel. Anyway, he used to be on a show called Selling Sunset on Netflix because he was a real estate guy for the longest time. And I think he got out. I think he's not on the show anymore because he's got his YouTube channel. It's very successful and all that. Anyway, but this girl was on that show with that YouTuber.
Which girl?
The new wife. The new wife.
Whose name is?
Heather.
Okay.
Now let me show you a picture of the two of these, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Okay, so this is a picture about Heather and compared to who? His old wife?
His old wife. Okay. So this right
I don't know how we got here. I'm excited to see what this
my
picture
wife
could be.
texted me mid-podcast about this. So this is new wife.
Okay, new wife.
New wife?
New wife.
Okay. Now let me show you old wife.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Oh, I promise.
New wife looked like standard white woman mid.
Here's old wife.
Okay, so they're the same type of woman.
They just made a show. They've got a show. Not a very pretty.
The new wife and him.
So they did like 12 seasons of this show together.
Flip or flop. Old wife.
Old wife.
Nice. Okay.
They made that show together. They had to stop. They continued the show after they were divorced,
They continued it?
and both people were married to new people. They continued it. They had to end it mid-season because they got into a fight. Because again, this isn't like you can maybe kind of be a character. Like you can maybe be a little bit of character, but when you're making like reality TV, like me and you making YouTube videos, like we're pretty much who we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you play it up a little bit, but like they're still their person. They had to quit midway through. I'm on Instagram scrolling.
Okay.
I'm like, as soon as Brianna gets home, I'm like, you got to see this. Again, everyone talks about the fact that they look really similar, right? They're platinum blonde. Like they're
about the same age too. They look like
they look similar.
Like
well,
30s.
I doubt the new wife would love you saying that because I think there's like a 10-year difference.
Oh, really?
But yeah. But anyway, he's walking up to what you would think is his new wife, right? At like a restaurant.
Okay.
It's his old wife.
Yeah.
New wife shows up. They've got a new show together. All three of them are doing a new show on HGTV together.
What happened to the old wife's new husband?
That's why this all spawned, because it just got announced that the old wife's new husband and her are getting a divorce.
Again.
Yes. Which, by the way, she was married to someone different while they were doing the other show together.
And then divorced again?
And then divorced that guy.
And then a new one?
And got a new husband.
New one?
And now is divorcing that husband.
That's a lot of divorces in a row.
But it also probably doesn't help the fact that she moved away from California. I think moved to like Tennessee with the new husband. And then was probably going back to California to film this new show with her ex-husband and his new wife. And it was I think it's supposed to be like a competition show.
It's some freaky shit, man. Like that.
Yeah. But it's weird that like HGTV is very much so like we have it on all the time because it's very like G. Like it can be on and like there's nothing really happening on it. And I can like because I have kids. If you're new to the podcast, I have children, and like so we sometimes have like the TV on just to fill the void so it's not a quiet house. Because we're not letting them watch shows all the time. Like we have very limited on what they can watch, and they're not interested in like HGTV. So we just have it on to fill sound. It's a very like G-rated channel. So this was like a weird thing to begin with because they were like really hyping it up and playing into the fact that they look similar. They made them dress in the same outfits in the promo. They're in the same outfit, the exact same shirt, pants, all that. They're really leaning into the fact that they look similar and leaning into the fact that it's like new and old versus each other.
I guess I just
Isn't that weird?
I mean, yes, it's extremely weird. And honestly, to a point where like as a person, first of all, I made a lot of faces during this segment. I don't know where this came from, but why the fuck would you carry on the show after the host got divorced? That would be like a new season of Drake and Josh taking place right now when they're both like feuding.
Look, I'm serious. Look, they dressed on the exact same.
Is this like did the guy put this together as like a fetish thing?
I don't know, man.
Like like this is definitely just like threesome the show. Like why is she coming back?
I don't know.
I wouldn't walk back. That's like embarrassing.
That's the thing. They don't even need these shows. These people are multimillionaires. They don't need these shows, bro. They've made so much money off real estate.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what would ever inspire you to come back.
It makes. I mean, look how much they like. Look, that's a different picture. They're playing like. What is?
I just
he has a baby with her, so he has 2 kids with her, and then he now has a kid with her too.
That's the new wife on the left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you think it?
I thought it was the reverse. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's old wife, new wife.
Okay. I'm still confused. Why would you ever come back? Why would you do this? Why would you want this as a television?
I don't know. Like, I genuinely do not know. Like,
it's just interesting to me, man. I just don't think I would show up. I would be like, yeah, no, I think I'm. Yeah, it's weird of me to say. I think I don't want to do that. Honestly, I don't want to be on a show where it's somebody that I didn't like enough to divorce. And then also the new one is like whatever. If she's just single and for some reason they've buried the hatchet, even though I still wouldn't want to do that because they're advertising it with a bit like, here's the woman that replaced you.
Exactly. That's how they're.
I would still not show up because of that alone. But more so than that, I think the weirdest one is that you told me they came back with both people in new relationships.
Let's see what they're. Hang on, let's see what they're calling it. I think they're even like leaning into it as well, like with the name of it. Hang on.
Are they just saying like he flipped or flopped with his new relationship? But I guess she flopped.
It's called the flip off. Never mind. It's just called the flip off.
Okay. Well, I just don't think I'd be tuning into that. But maybe, honestly, you know what this is? This sounds exactly like something that women would love to watch. Like, women would love this shit. Because now it's probably the same show with the same house selling, but now there's like an underlying drama element. And but when I say that, I mean like 90 Day Fiance is like a pretty big show in the women's sphere. And I watched that one, and it's a very drama show.
I've never seen that.
It's pretty entertaining.
My wife is actually not into like reality TV, like hardly ever.
It's not, honestly, it's pretty entertaining.
She's on the same page as us, where she's just like, why are they doing this? The title of this article, which was just posted 47 minutes ago from us filming this, was HGTV's Christina Saul's husband files for divorce after she shared secret to marriage. She's over here like, this is how our marriage works. And then he's the one filing for divorce, not her.
Well, yeah, probably because he didn't believe in that secret no more.
Yeah, probably because he was like, no.
I'm good. But I fully get it. I would do the same thing, honestly. What the hell? Damn, I can't believe we're talking about all this freak shit, like the HD, the Freak Channel, whatever the state. They're just getting freaky over there now, bro. And now it's sullied our you put our freaks in our Dragon Ball Z episode.
I'm so sorry, especially such a good Dragon Ball Z episode.
These are. I can't say it because then it's a spoiler for later in the podcast.
Don't say it. All right, let's go down. Let's talk major events on
just spitball the major events
on Namex Defense.
Here. Let me tuck my fucking leg up, bro, because let me get real comfy with this.
Hang on, sorry. Namex Defense. Again, this is episode 47. Major events here are Frieza interrogates Mori for information on the Namekian Dragon Balls. The Namekian warriors show up to battle Frieza's forces.
And what else?
That's actually all they listed for some reason during major events.
No. I mean, it's good enough because it's pretty dialed in on those. We get some interrogation and we get a lot of fighting. Some good fighting too, because when those three Namekians pull up, that's not just any three Namekians, bro. These guys have a battle power of not 1,000 piece. That's what they're hiding. That's what they're
hiding it.
They're showing that off to the local Frieza Force goons, but that's just their bait and switch. These guys actually max out at a menacing
3,000.
3,000.
You are skipping something before they showed up, by the way. You have to mention the Zarbon moment before they show up.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot.
He throws the Dragon Ball in the air. Takes care of
this
two
is why,
of the...
This is why Zarbon is the best henchman in all of Dragon Ball Z. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead. Tell him. Break it down for him.
He takes care of two of the elderly Namekians, but in style, bro. He kicks one, right?
Yeah, he did them in so bad, I forgot there was more than just Morris.
From in the air.
Mori?
And then comes back down to the ground. Boom. Catches the Dragon Ball in his hand after doing all of that. It was kind of crazy.
I mean, it wasn't kind of crazy. Zarbon made quick work of it. He listens to the thing is, while he is Frieza's lapdog, he can do a few tricks on the leash.
I just don't. Do you like his like buffed out form that we're going to see here in a few episodes?
I kind of, yeah. I mean, it's ugly, but
his
it's
style,
supposed to be ugly.
But I love his look here. Is Zarbon in Sparking Zero?
I don't think they've confirmed that yet. No.
Okay.
Or maybe they have. I don't remember. No, I don't think so. I think I would remember. But I think that's the
excited for Zarbon DLC.
Yes, I think that's the whole reason I like him is he's like Vega basically. Zarbon is Dragon Ball Z Vega, and I like Vega for the same reason.
Which one came first? Definitely Zarbon.
I don't know.
1990 Street Fighter.
Yeah, probably Zarbon.
Well, no, Street Fighter is.
No, I don't think Street Fighter is 1990. Is it? Look it up quick. This is a pull that up Nano moment number 1 of this podcast.
The other thing to note here is Mori destroys the scouters in this episode.
Yeah, because he recognizes that these guys are part of why the Namekians hiding their power level works is because these guys are stupid as hell and they rely on their technology. What's the timer?
But when was Vega introduced? Hang on, Street Fighter. Because
Street Fighter Vega, Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter, was released on August 30th of 1987.
The original Street Fighter did not have Vega. Street Fighter 1 was garbage in many ways. Honestly, I say most. Three of the cast characters in Street Fighter 1 have never been brought back ever, and the other ones that have are mostly like super replaced.
Street Fighter 2 is March 7th of 1991.
So honestly, it might have been Vega. But I'm just a big fan of characters that are like really all in on one gimmick. Like the posh characters, I think are very funny. Only Vega's, and actually they're both, instead of being posh about money, they're posh about like their looks. Like Vega thinks he's so hot that he wears a mask so that ugly people can't see him, and because they shouldn't be allowed to see him. You know, Vega is
That's actually Vega's reason for wearing a mask.
Yes, and
Didn't know that.
in the story, Vega could have killed Cammy, but he thought she was hot, like beautiful, not hot, but like beautiful. And he was like, the world could always use more beautiful people, so I'm out of here. I'll just spare you. Like that's his whole shtick.
Wow.
And there's even like an evil Vega where he like is ugly. This is like alternate universe or something. I don't even know. But he's like evil Vega and he's just ugly as fuck and he hates looks now. But same with Zarbon. He's like, damn, I really don't want to be this ugly frog fuck, bro. Like I hate you for this shit. And I like it. It's cool.
So beyond that, we get a little bit of training in the Dr.
Goku.
Brief's built spaceship. And that's really it for this one specifically.
I feel like Goku training is going to be pretty generic. Like we're going to be saying this for a while. Like that's the thing is though, Nano, I mean, I assume you agree.
Oh, I love
but
it.
I will take this shit. Like whenever it goes back to Goku,
I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, hey, yeah, nice little break into action. Let's get some training scenes in here. So that's good.
I guess on an overall standpoint, we really did just cover like the entirety of this episode, but it was just so good.
No, yeah, sure. But let's get into it. What was your favorite move from the Namekians? Did you have a favorite moment from the Namekians? I got one in my mind right now.
Well, first off, they didn't really do anything in this episode.
I thought the fight was this episode.
No. The fight's next episode.
Oh shit!
This is the episode that literally ends with them showing up and sitting down.
Oh,
am I wrong?
I don't know. You have the wiki in front of you. You would know better than me.
Why wouldn't they mention that?
What were the fights? I thought you said they did.
No,
fight.
You're right. Zarbon versus Namekians, and then the Namekian warriors versus Frieza soldiers. Okay.
Yeah, they were fighting, bro. They were because that would have been bro. You got to separate it somewhere. The next episode is really action packed too.
Yeah, but it's chasing.
It's different. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it also threw me off that the wiki showed none of this. The wiki has tons of screenshots from the anime, but it literally doesn't show them once.
Well, that's, I mean, they got to take a break every now and then. So let's just say it. Let's say, even if it didn't, let's say it happened this episode. What was your favorite Namekian move?
Oh man, he didn't do it. He does it as the last thing he does in the next episode, but the double
little arm. Technically not in this Namekian fight, but I mean, yes, that, and also a picture on the DVD box, which was pretty cool. On the picture menu.
Oh, it was.
Remember all those moons ago where I was like, I know that's going to be sick. And I was right. I was right. My favorite was one of the cuts looked like the Namekians were speed walking on him. And he did it like once and twice. Like they were really speeding around. And this Namekian was speed walking on these random no-name Cranberry, I guess.
Yeah.
Cranberry confirmed dead this episode. So rest in peace.
Oh yeah. The speed walking was in this episode. My bad. I kept thinking that was
multiple speed walks.
I'm remembering the next episode. I'm saying this as if we didn't just do this because we just
watched it.
But they were such a continuity of the story. Like they really were. Like
this is a nice two-parter.
This really is.
This is a nice little movie.
And so in my head, I was picturing all that being in the second one, and then the chasing down of, being
also in the second one.
Yeah,
that would have been one of the craziest episodes of all time.
But no, okay. So yeah, so the three Namekians do show up here. I thought they just show up and then the episode ends. I forgot that they actually do fight all of the like little henchmen. Is it the next episode then when DotoDoya takes care of them then?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they do, because they technically fight.
Yeah, because it ends with the three henchmen standing over here and DotoDoya is going up towards Mori as Mori just destroyed the two.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it stops immediately.
Now you're remembering and he comes back down. Well,
yeah.
Spoilers. But yeah, no, the Namekians were sick. Against no-name Frieza goons, these guys look cool.
It's crazy that they were talking their shit when all they really had was their little blaster on their wrist.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, this is kind of a feat because the Frieza soldiers were also laughing at 1,000 power level. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's safe to assume that they're probably 1,200, 1,300.
I mean, are they though?
It's safe to assume they were laughing at them when they thought they were 1,000. They were like, these fucking losers.
You think I can find that fast? Probably not.
I mean, it's going to be, I'm just going off the fact that they were laughing. They definitely should not have been laughing. If they can't laugh at 3,000, honestly, you really shouldn't laugh at 1,000. It's not safe. It's not good business.
1,300.
Yeah, see, I told you. 1,200 or 1,300.
You're right.
But yeah, no, so they were laughing. They got bodied. But it was just them that got bodied.
Yeah.
Going into the next one, though, well, I guess, again, saying it for the last time, These guys are, again, that whole plot was to show that they are frauds that rely only on their scouters. We have seen that multiple times.
Yeah.
That's why, in order to keep the Dragon Ball safe for as long as possible, Mori hits the double finger gun, pss, pss, shoots one of the scouters off the Doria's fat fucking head.
Yep.
Damn, he was cold with it for all, well,
He got a little more time.
he got a little more time, but this episode ends with the Doria with a death charge towards him.
Yes, and that is how it ends, on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
We
And
see
then we come.
We what?
Oh, I forgot. We have to rate the episodes. I completely forgot. Like, there's a natural pause in the podcast.
I think Dollar said, and then we come.
Well, yeah, I did. But come straight to the next episode. But I forgot we have to take a break and do like the differences and shit, man. So let's just get it over.
Let's go. All right, so main fights, again, Zarbon versus Namekians, Namekian warriors versus the Frieza soldiers. Difference from the manga. The Doria and the Namekians are portrayed with 4 fingers in the manga and have 5 in the anime.
Okay. That's an interesting one, I guess. Yeah.
Frieza charging up a fingertip ball to intimidate Moria and the other Namekians, as well as his sarcastically realizing he neglected his manners, is exclusive to the anime.
He did. It was a little threatening thing that specifically referring to, I forgot to say please.
Yeah. Goku doing push-ups on the Capsule Corporation spaceship, exclusive to the anime. That's great. That's a great anime edition, though.
They got to add more of that. They got to add more of that.
There's a bit where Dodoria, Cranberry, and another bear-like soldier are snickering at Mori's helplessness. This was not in the manga. Pool and Frogface, that's literally his name, laughing at the Namekian warriors' supposedly weak power levels of 1,000 each, not in the manga. Fight between the Namekian warriors and the Frieza Force soldier is expanded in anime with some alterations.
That's probably for the best that like,
do we care about that, really?
What?
It's a lot. The alterations to the fight between the Frieza soldiers and the Namekian warriors. Do we actually care?
No, not really. Because
Look,
I assume it's just making it a better battle. Holy shit.
Do we care about reading all that?
No, I don't. It's just more action, basically.
Yeah, I'm not that. It is what it is. All right, here we go. Fun trivia. This episode marks the 200th overall episode of the Dragon Ball anime.
Oh, yeah, because I guess Dragon Ball included.
Yeah.
Pretty good 200th episode, I guess.
Yeah. A pool seems to have disappeared or changed from purple to light blue between this episode and the last one. This can be partially blamed on the animators getting him confused with Nibbana and at least 2 other members of his kind within the raid party. The bio armor on Frieza's left arm is colored white in 2 shots as opposed to the usual brown. As the Frieza Force witnesses the arrival of the warrior-type Namekians, Dodoria's back guard is colored blue like his plates as opposed to the normal brown.
How do I never notice any of these miscoloring things? I've never once seen this.
Frieza's left arm is also colored darker purple instead of the usual dark pink. The color schemes of the various Frieza Force soldiers are all over the place in the anime. In particular, Napple, Apul, and Cranberries.
Napple? That is the pink guy's name actually Napple?
Let me see.
Because I did call out there was a pink Nappa there. Is his name actually Napple?
It's the orange guy.
Oh, lame.
It's the big orange guy, I think.
That is lame as hell, dude.
I think. All right. Krillin knows that Vegeta wants eternal life from the Dragon Balls, despite neither he nor Nappa ever voicing that in front of him during the battle on Earth. This is the first episode to use music from the World's Strongest.
Hey, welcome back, World's Strongest. Died 2024, back 2024.
Let's go. All right, Doto, it's time to rate the episode. We just got through giving Defying Orders an 8 and a 7, respectively.
Easy.
I know what I'm going to give this one.
Me too.
All right, you go first.
Okay.
Let's do it at the same time.
Yep, I want to do it at the same time.
All right.
3, 2, 1, 9.
7.
What?
It's good.
You are hating. You are hating.
A 7 is hating now?
Yeah, bro. A 7 is hating on this one.
Fuck. 7 is not hating?
That is hating beyond belief, bro. Key Moments Twitter is going to be like, what?
Dude, a 7 on this one is perfectly fine for what this one was.
Okay. All right. I mean, I disagree, obviously, with every fiber of my being. I disagree, but that is crazy.
Here's the thing. I can't give too high scores because then it will raise the overall Namekian garbage that we've seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is biased as hell, dude. You're fighting a biased battle here, bro.
No, I'm not, man. It was a 7. It was a good episode.
Okay, man.
We're not going to pretend like a 7 is bad.
Okay, man. I'm just saying those Namekians fought and will most likely die. I'm not saying what has happened.
Oh, we didn't read the Japanese name.
Well, what was it?
Let's see. So we got Namek's defense, but the original name is Surprise Attack. The Elder's target was the Scouter.
Okay, I like that.
Now, speaking of bad, we have the next episode, The Hunted. Or in Japanese, Gohan in peril of pursuing Dodoria summons death.
Is that the Japanese title?
Yeah. This is the 13th episode of the Dynamic Saga and the 48th overall episode in the Uncut Dragon Ball Z series. This episode first aired in Japan on May 16th of 1990 and September 5th of 2005.
Now, I said this in the reaction, but this is by far one of my favorite episodes of Dragon Ball Z. It's just so intense. It's so good. I just wish that, it ended a little differently, but for what it is, I mean, there's some brutality here, bro. I think we're not accepting the fact that
this is probably the most brutal the entire series has ever been.
yes, by
Easily.
far. And I don't even think we're really commenting on the fact that while yes, in the Saiyan saga, we were like, oh, it's finally Dragon Ball Z Beam Clash, haha. But notice how almost instantaneously in Namek, it's just like beams are fucking everywhere here. It's just beams, fighting, action everywhere. It is die time. Once power levels get 1,000 plus, everybody's spamming beams, bro. It's just beams everywhere. I couldn't be more happy to be here because, well, while I'm saying that, I do want to take a moment of silence for I lost his name.
Cargo. Mori.
Cargo. Not even
The
just
Namekian soldiers.
not even Mori and the Namekian soldiers. A moment of silence for their loss. They were gunned down today.
So the last episode ended with Dodoria about to headbutt the shit out of Mori, and it just ends. This episode starts with Frieza going, stop.
Do not.
And then Dodoria's like, man.
He did throw a little hissy fit about it.
And he's like, kill those 3 guys, okay?
Dude, this is, again, I know we said it, this is brutal. This shit was awesome. I forgot all about how this breaks down, but Dodoria's like, I'm going to kill you 3. The Namekians say, you're not going to kill us. And then Dodoria...
It's 3 versus 1.
Immediately, Dodoria impales one of them with his arm and kills one of them immediately. And goes, once again, I do have to reiterate, I am going to kill you 3. And then he kills a second one.
Yep. And then he chases down the third.
My favorite moment, though, is because he impaled the first one, he tries to do it again to the third one. The guy barely dodges it and fucking runs. He jets. He dodges it and he was like, I'm going to get fucking killed. I got to run. He was like, I'm going to die, but I am not getting impaled. That looked painful as hell.
I think his death was probably more painful because he gets hit in the spine up against, Dodoria's head goes in the middle of his spine.
The third guy is unfortunately the target
of
a Dodoria headbutt. But this is the guy that he was the strongest soldier. He threw the double overhand.
Yeah, which was sick.
It was cool, but not enough to get him not headbutted into a mountain.
So then that brings us back to Mori, and we didn't mention this, but there are 2. We mentioned this last podcast episode, but there are 2 Namekian children. One, of course, is Dende. The second we find out is Cargo, which Dot already said died. Spoilers. But
gotcha.
Dodoria does a mouth beam that we think is going to hit. So we've got Mori and the 2 children, and the 2 children are kind of like offset because he sort of told them, like, kids, go on. And he's still trying to talk to Frieza, and he's trying to, be like noble, and I'm not going to tell you where to go. And or like Frieza's like, yeah, you may have destroyed the scouters, and Zarbon's like, but we're still going to find them quite fast because we can
they're
fly.
Just them. Yeah,
we can fly. We'll just find another village.
Mori did cough up the Dragon Ball by this point, though.
Yeah, he did. And so there's a beam blast that we think is going straight from Mori's head, right by Mori, right to Cargo.
Yeah, Cargo gets cooked. Like literally, he gets smoked.
But the most intense death, I think even more so than the hand through the chest on the other Namek, is Mori's death.
Yeah, Mori gets put in a chokehold.
Actually, neck snapped.
Yeah,
Screen goes full gray for this moment.
Yeah, because his head gets turned around sideways. Like, I'm pretty sure even if he gets revived, he's gonna remember that. Like, that fucking hurt.
Yeah. Mori comes back. Yeah, Mori comes back alive.
Yes, I mean, I remember they pretty much wish back all the Namekians. They pretty much say everybody that Frieza and his dudes killed.
So what's Cargo up to?
Probably has severe trauma from getting cooked like that, but he's probably just back to being a Namekian boy with his childhood. Well, actually, he's probably all grown up now in series canon because Dende's all grown up.
Yep.
So he's probably all grown up too.
Now, the neck break on Mori, Cargo being killed, Gohan can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, Dende's about to get. I mean, Gohan. I'm bar for bar. He says, "Fine, I guess it's my turn," and he jumps up. Krillin and Gohan do embarrass Dodoria though. Gohan kicks him into a building, And then as he's getting out of the building, Krillin kicks him back into the building. So really, really tough day for Dodoria on the job. He's just not having a good shine. But one thing I did forget is that Frieza's still there watching this.
Yes.
So I thought
which was a cool moment that we're about to get to.
Yeah, I thought Frieza and Zarbon left and Dodoria was there and that's how they were able to do this. But no, they just kind of peace out in front of Frieza, who thankfully is kind of lazy.
Yep.
And doesn't want to do it. But I mean, Dodoria gets stuck after. Basically, they saved Dende.
Dodoria is about to basically end Dende's life, and then boom,
Dende gets saved.
Yeah. And so they pick up Dende and start flying. And this is our first crazy chase scene, because at first it's just Krillin and Gohan flying off, and then Frieza's like, "What are you doing, Dodoria? Go get him!"
He literally says, "Get your fat ass up," or whatever the fuck.
Does.
Pick your fat fucking head up.
Yeah,
and get after him.
I think he actually said the word buttocks.
Fat butts.
Yeah.
Classic Frieza, dude.
And so then they start chasing, and it's just kind of a standard chase scene, but then Dodoria starts firing off ki blasts, and they're having to dodge the ki blast midair. It's so sick while carrying Dende.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, this episode is awesome.
And then one actually hits him, so he drops Dende, and then he's trying to get back to Dende, and Dodoria catches Krillin, but then Krillin does what?
Headbutts him.
And then does?
Oh, a solar flare, but that was after they catch him. Gohan catches Dende, they fly a little bit, and then that's when Krillin hits the fucking... See, this is a moment where is the Destructo Disc, man? He blinds Dodoria, he freezes in pain. Krillin, have some faith in yourself. Finish this guy off, man. Cut him in half. But, maybe it wouldn't work, or I'm pretty sure it would work. I mean, he cut through Frieza's tail, right? I feel like you can cut through Dodoria.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they choose to hide. Maybe the Destructo Disc would take too much time. I don't know. They hide and they successfully elude him for a little bit longer, but he's still searching, right? He's circling. He's on his breakers shit right now. He is literally
he's on his
on
breakers
a
without
path.
key sense. He has no key sense.
Yeah, no key sense. He's
That's just
useless.
hard.
No, it is. I've been on the receiving end of a breakers beatdown one too many times. So you're not going to hear me defend not having key sense, although it is kind of fun without it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. But then we go back to Frieza with Zarbon, and Zarbon, I think, is like, let me go after him, or let me assist Dodoria, or something like that. Or are we going to do something about them? Either way, Frieza takes it as if he's starting to question Frieza a little bit.
Yeah.
So Frieza does a little eye little twinkle thing, and goes like a whole mountain range.
Yeah. Heaven forbid Zarbon have any ideas on how to run the operation.
Yeah.
All he said was maybe we should do this. And
Frieza's like, you're supposed to stand there and look pretty.
yeah, I just want you to know that you're basically insulting my mother. So she ain't raised no bitch, bro. He ain't do nothing but offer a suggestion.
And
It's kind of like me when I offer up key moments ideas, bro. I'll pitch podcast ideas, and time after time after time, they just are shut down by you and Toasty in the 3-way vote. And I think it's because, I don't know if you guys have a pack or something, or we don't have to talk about it on the podcast.
It's getting a little awkward.
Yeah, I felt that too. Kind of like that HD TV show or whatever.
All right, so major events here are Dodoria kills both Cargo and Mori, and Dodoria gives chase to Gohan and Krillin. Battles: Dodoria versus Namekian warriors, Dodoria versus Mori, I guess. Dodoria versus Gohan and Krillin.
Unironically, Dodoria versus Mori was more of a fight than about 5 fights on the... Okay, all right.
Anything you want to add before we go to differences from the manga? This is a good episode.
A fantastic episode. If you watch the last episode and this episode together, I mean, that is about as good of Dragon Ball Z as you will ever see right there. It is. It is
really
Dragon Ball Z. It is
really
good Dragon Ball Z. It's hard to overcome these two episodes, but this episode in particular,
It's far better than...
No, don't say it. No.
But you're thinking it.
I am thinking it. I am, but don't. But this episode is one of the all-time greats. This is why people think of Gohan and Krillin as the survival horror duo, because they jump in this situation, they get the job done, they bounce, and now it's we got to solve this problem. This monster's on our tail. I wish they killed him, bro. I just wish Dodoria went down to these guys, but whatever, man. God damn it. Well, no, great episode. So go on with the differences from the manga.
In the manga, Frieza closes his eyes in faux reassurance when Mori pleads with him not to kill the children. But the anime version has Frieza keep his eyes open. Goku doing push-ups and avoiding the barbell as it rolls across the spaceship is exclusive to the anime.
Keep it in.
I really did not know what was going to happen there, but I knew like it wasn't going to blow like a hole in the air in the spaceship because he has to get to Namek.
Yeah, if it killed him, that would be pretty crazy, Phil.
Yeah. In the manga, Cargo is killed by a blast from Frieza. In the anime, Cargo's killer is changed to DotoDoya to add more impact to his already established slaughterhouse. Frieza asserting his power for Zarbon, where he destroys a cliff face, is exclusive to the anime. The scene replaces a brief shot in the manga of Frieza wondering aloud who Gohan and Krillin truly are, which he never does in the anime. The chasing in the anime is extended compared to the manga. In the manga, Krillin quickly uses the solar flare technique.
Hell yeah.
In the anime, before this happens, DotoDoya fires a barrage of energy attacks at the trio, with one of them hitting Krillin, causing him to drop Dende, but Gohan catches him right before he hits the ground.
I do wish that, again, I do wish the anime would gas Krillin up more. I feel like they keep threatening to give him some cool stuff, but in this, he was like, I'm out of ideas. No, I'm not. I'll do this. Instead of just like, oh, let me do this. That would have been cool. But yeah, credit to the manga. I mean, immediate solar flare is genius shit.
I'm looking at the trivia. A lot of it is just calling out incorrections on color.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna worry about those.
I didn't notice any of those.
Yeah. Look, I guess I will show you one because it is interesting. Dodoya's armor is miscolored here.
He's showing me a picture that has not loaded. All right, it did load in. So how's the color wrong? Is it not supposed to be blue right there? It's like a dark blue.
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to be white, huh? I don't know. I guess my brain doesn't really pick up color.
Brown. It's supposed to be brown.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go, though. This is interesting. This is the last episode of the Funimation dub where Apool is voiced by Chris Patton. Though his only dialogue thus far consists of laughing and battle grunts, Vegeta Has a Ball has him voiced by Chris Kaysen. How they managed to get two Chris's is crazy. Whereas his most prominent appearances in Guru's Gift and Piccolo vs. Everyone are handled by Bill Townsley. There's a long scene in the anime which also takes place in the manga where Krillin drops Dende and he almost falls toward the ground. However, it is later established that Dende can fly. When Krillin performs the solar flare in order to slow down DotoDoya, his fingers are positioned differently to how Tien's and Goku's are when they use the technique. Oh, interesting.
That's Krillin's variation. It's probably more effective.
He put a little more flair on it. All right, Dato. Here we go. This is episode 48, The Hunted. We need to give it a rating right here, right now. 3, 2, 1. 8.
10.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna say anything on that. Just gonna let a 10 fly.
No, I gathered that from you. I really did. I kind of gathered this is gonna be your 10.
This is a big 10.
You know, you gave 9, 10. I gave 7, 8. I think we're still in agreement that these were really good episodes. You think they were some of the best episodes. I think they were really good. You are not going to complain about. You're going to hear any complaints from me if every single Namek episode from here on out is exactly like these.
No, I would. In fact, you'd hear a lot of praise from me. I
hope you're right, man. Dotto's been saying that the Namek saga, like exclusively Namek saga, that will end once we get to Ginyu, right? Ginyu's like the next cutaway before we get to like the Frieza saga.
I still kind of count Ginyu as a little bit.
Nah, I think they are different though.
I mean, yeah.
In terms of like the separations of them. Anyway, I hope you're right, because if that is the case, because I'm sure the Namek saga has at least 10 to 15 more episodes for Ginyu, then that would lead us to a point to where I do think you could be batting one of the highest averages in the entirety of the series.
If it stays that way, yeah.
So it's gonna be so interesting when we get to the end of this and we have like a true average of like what
I'm looking forward to your average going up, because
we're about to get to Vegeta stuff and I'm gonna be glazing just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this episode was more for the Krillin heads out there, and the Gohan stuff too. He gets to be a little hero, but the Vegeta's the real winner here. Like Vegeta, I'm surprised you don't like. This is where Vegeta is a winner.
Here's the thing. I've said this more than enough times. Dragon Ball Z for me was an after school watch, and I did things sometimes after school, and I missed it. I missed episodes. The whole point of this is that I'm filling in the gaps. Now, this episode and the one before that, I'm pretty positive I definitely had seen at some point. But several of these before that, especially Fake Namek, those were literally first viewings for me ever. And if they wasn't, it was like they were on and I was playing with my Dragon Ball Z action figures at the same time.
Yeah, it sucks that watching Fake Namek, I'd never seen that, and I kind of wish I just had never seen that. Like watching it, I was just like, well, this is boring.
So like when we watch this Vegeta stuff, there might actually be some episodes that I just never saw that I'm gonna see for the first time. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, he's gonna be a Namek.
You know what else is amazing?
Is Is it this wonderful music?
It's this wonderful music wrapping up. Thank you guys so much for supporting the podcast. Hit that subscribe button if you're new so you can watch all of these. If you're listening to this and not watching it, hit the little rating button, hit the follow, add it to your Spotify, add it to your Apple podcast list, all those things. Thank you guys for supporting us. You can become key members. Again, click join on YouTube, patreon.com/keymoments to check that out. We'll see you guys in the next one.
We appreciate you so much. Take it easy. Bye.